Body bags where horror lies.
Welcome back to Body Bags. This is week number 433. And this is a kind of a theme week. It's movies from 2004. I'll be your host, Jason from Horrific Nightmares. And this week I picked Freak Out. Freak Out is a 2004 film which runs approximately 97 minutes and is written and directed by Christian James. Now, he was responsible for Stalled, Fanged Up, and a bunch of shorts. Now this stars James Heathcote as Merv Duty. He was in Small Town Folk, Evil Aliens, and one short. Dan Palmer as Oakney. He was in Stalled, Fanged Up, and Egomaniac. And Nicola Connell as Abby. She didn't have anything to her credit. Now the budget was £30,000, which translates to U.S. currency, $40,214.97. And this film took almost 5 years to complete. And I'm sure that had something to do with the budget, because it is low budget, and they were it kind of seemed like they were working on it as they went along. Okay, you get a brief backstory about a boy who was bullied when he was younger, and he ended up being put in a mental institution. Well, he breaks out years later, and we have our main characters, which is Merv and Oakney. Now, they are both horror movie fans, just like we are. They love slasher movies. They love all kinds of horror films. Well, they end up finding the boy who escaped from the mental institution, and they want to turn him into a serial killer, just like what they've seen in the movies. Now, this kid is not exactly serial killer material. What you have is this dude on the front. He's wearing a orange jumpsuit, a burlap bag with a hockey mask over it. Now, he is a vegan. Of course, meat is murder. And he's kind of I don't want to say a sissy, but he's a very timid, meek person. And of course, they're going to turn him into a killer. And it turns out they may have done too good of a job. I'm going to leave it there. This movie was actually a lot of fun. It's very low budget, so know what you're getting yourself into. But I did have a good time with this. You can tell this was a passion project with people who really cared about the material. And like I said, as you're watching it, you can kind of tell that this was a 5-year sort of project. If you catch my drift. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Do I recommend this film? Sure. I wouldn't go out and spend a lot of money on it, but if you do have one of these streaming services that has this available, definitely give it a shot. You might like it. Now, I did not. This is a 2-disc version, which I had a 1-disc version before, but I gave it to a friend of mine when I found this 2-disc version. Bonus features. I have not checked them out. This is, of course, an Anchor Bay. Anchor Bay always puts out really good stuff. And there is a ton of stuff on here. But yeah, like I said, I do recommend it if you have a streaming service that maybe has this on it. This is a horror comedy. A lot of the comedy falls a little flat for me, but it was just the strength of the story and the fact that I could identify with the two guys who were trying to make a serial killer, because they're horror fans just like we are. I mean, I don't really think they were trying to cause a lot of harm. It was just like, hey, why don't we try to do this? We've seen it a million times. This should be fairly easy. You know, you're really not thinking about consequences, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty wacky in parts. Check this one out. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.